Hello, I just wanted to talk briefly about sampling for mold within the dwelling, whether it be a house, condo, commercial. This right here is a IAQ sampling pump. It's an indoor air quality sampling pump, and it is used exactly as the name states to take air samples both indoor and outdoor. Now this device works by using a pump similar to like a vacuum, and it's attached to a hose placed at about average height of individuals between about 5 feet high. Attached to the end of the sampling tube would be a sampling cassette. It has a sticky media inside that will catch air particulates such as mold spores, pollen, pet dander, and if you had a problem with even like insect infestation, this would actually pick up pieces of insect parts that may be in your dwelling, uh, giving anyone respiratory problems. This pump would work as such. There's a power and there's liters per minute that this pump would operate at. Now it intakes air through the tubing and into the pump. This is not what actually takes the sample. Like I said before, it's the cassette that takes the sample. There's a gauge for liters per minute from 5 to 30 that must be adjusted according and depending on what type of sampling cassette you used. As I did mention before, it's like a little vacuum. The suction gets pulled through into this device. Now inside the sampling cassette there is a sticky media that the particulates in the air will get sucked in here and stay on a sticky media which is inside this cassette. This media will then get sent to the lab for analysis, and you will be able to find out what is in the air. As I mentioned, you could be looking for mold spores, pollen, danders, insect parts, whatever is airborne will be found on a cassette such as this. This cassette here will not tell you whether mold spores are viable or not. You would have to use an impactor, which is a different type of sampling media, which I do not have here. I do not test for viability of mold. If it is requested, I could get an impactor and test for the viable mold spores, but most times you just want to find out if mold spores are in the air, or well, there will be mold spores in the air. You want to find out what quantities of mold spores are in the air to see if it's the levels are too high or not. When sampling for mold, you have to check for moisture intrusion. There could be a water loss, a burst pipe, or there could be water trying to infiltrate from the outside, or it could actually be just something like a high humidity in a room for a long period of time. Accessories that are used to help identify if there is a mold problem could be something like a thermal hygrometer. The humidity is 35%, which is great. You want the indoor humidity range to be around 30 to 60%. I'm blocking it at the back of my hand. I'm giving off some moisture readings from my hand being so close to the sensor. That's why I just jumped from 35 to 47. This will also give you a reading of the indoor air temperature, 23 degrees Celsius. This is a great tool to have to leave in your basement, a thermal hygrometer. There are many different types ranging from $15 to $60. It could be more depending if it's attached to a supplementary device such as the dehumidifier. But it's great to have. Look, I keep making this go up. But it's great to have to see how high or what the relative humidity is within a certain area of your home.